So the next step, we have to create the exception handling class. See here, you can see here we have the file storage exception. We have like file storage exception and mentioned file not found exception. These two exceptions actually does not predefine in this Java. We are only creating this object for this exception. So what I am going to do, I will create a two objects, name file storage exception and one more mentioned file not found exception. So what I'm going to do, create a two class. What is the name? Let's copy our file storage exception. Done. One more exception we have. What is the name? Mention file not found exception. So we have created a two class with these names. So what I'm going to do, I will extend one predefined exception already present in the Java, runtime exception. What is the name? Wait a second. Runtime, okay, spelling mistakes. Runtime exception. T should be a small here. So import. Okay, done. So here, what I am going to define it. I will create a one constructor, file storage constructor, and here I will pass a message, and it will return the message. So what I'm going to do, I'm just simply copying it and paste it here. So basically what will happen when some exception come, it will call the object, create the object, and it will call the parameterized constructor of file storage exception, and it will pass the message. This whole message will pass to this constructor. Sorry, sorry, this is not a correct class. Cut it. Here, this is the correct class. So once the exception occur, this constructor will get called, and that message from here, this whole message will pass here, and it will call the super constructor, and super constructor will return the message if any exception comes in the future. So this is the thing. Now let's switch on to the mention file not found exception. So here, see here, mention file not found exception. So what I'm going, it will also work in the same way, but here is the another annotation I have added. I will explain you what is the purpose of that annotation. See here I'm added the response status, and it will return fixed. It will return the 404. Okay, when if anything happen, it will return 404 if file does not found. Okay, that is the purpose. Fix the import here for this. Alright, this is the thing in the exception and in the file storage. Okay, now jump to this. Come to the next step. Create a controller class for the API to upload and download the files. So one by one I will explain you. First I will create a controller class for this. I will give the name file storage controller. Obviously you have to tag with REST mapping annotation. Sorry, Eric. REST, not REST controller. Why mapping, bro? REST controller. You have to tag with REST controller. Then here we are defining APIs for uploading the single file, for uploading the multiple file, as well as downloading the file. 3 API we are going to define here or create here. So see, one by one I will explain you what are the APIs I am going to use. So the very first thing, one by one I will explain you each thing. You don't have to worry about it. See here, the very first API, upload the single file. For uploading the single file, see here. Once you click on upload the file, it will call some API get trigger and it will upload it. So that API is only I have written here, upload the single file. So I have declared one method, upload single file. Here I will accept the file as a request parameter. So whatever the file you are uploading from here, you are uploading some file. Okay, this code java.pdf file, it will come here in the file variable. It will assign in the file variable, and then I am calling the store file method on the object of file storage service. File storage service, so we need the file storage service here. So we need to auto wire that class or the object. Sorry, auto wired. So we got this object of file storage service. See here, file storage service, and here I have defined, I already explained you the methods on the service class, so I'm going to use it, that method. So here I'm calling the store file. See here, if I click here, see a store file. What is the purpose of a store file? It will return the exact file name. For example, exact file name means core_java.pdf. So once it get called from here I am passing the file here. I am passing its complete file path. Okay, and from there it will be separate it, and it will return the file name only. Once it return the file name, what I'm doing, I am forming one more string, file download URI. Okay, so this download URI string is this string. See, this string I am basically forming, this string download URL. Okay, under this string it will format and see here download hyphen file. So you can see here download hyphen file. So this thing, and I constructed the path file name, and it will return the string. So I am assigning here, and finally if everything is work perfectly, then I am returning the response in a correct way. So in the object of upload file response, it is not a predefined object. For this purpose also we need to create one object or the class upload file response. So let's see, create a one class upload file response. So basically this class I'm creating to give the response in a more accurate or the proper format, so you will able to understand. So anybody can able to understand it. So what I'm going to do, you can see here I have already created upload file response. So I'm copying it, this thing, I copied it and paste it here.